You know one of my favorite prophets who isn't talked about enough? Nabi Idris alayhi salam. He basically did everything. He was the definition of an overachiever. Let me list to you some of his accolades. He was the first person on earth to declare jihad for the sake of Allah. He was the first person on earth to write with a pen. He was the first person on earth to sew his clothes. He was the first person to study the stars in terms of navigation. He was basically given everything. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَاذْكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ إِدْرِيسَ إِنَّهُ كَانَ صِدِّيقًا نَبِيًّا وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا. And in the book mention Idris. Indeed, he was an upright man and a prophet, and truly we did raise him to an elevated station. Now, according to Ibn Kathir rahimahullah in Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, Idris alayhi salam, his elevation actually has two meanings. One more metaphorical and one more literal. The metaphorical one being that he was elevated to the rank of a prophet and made above his people in terms of piety. But the more literal one is more interesting. Now the story goes that because of his incredible actions as a prophet and all the good things that he had done on earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with a blessing that he hadn't given anyone else. And that is that Idris alayhi salam would receive a portion of every good deed done on earth by anyone on earth. Yeah, talk about investments. So obviously Idris alayhi salam was thankful, but he was like, wait a minute. I should probably ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to extend my life so, I can actually make use of that blessing. So he hops on the back of an angel who he knew and started ascending through the heavens until he reached the fourth heaven. So the guard at the fourth sky stops them and says that you don't have the right to ascend any further. But Idris alayhi salam and the angel with him, their focus isn't there. Their focus is on a completely other random angel standing by the corner just staring at them. So the angel that's with Idris alayhi salam goes to chat to this mysterious angel. And the mysterious angel goes, yeah, I'm actually deaf. And I'll be honest, I'm just a little bit confused because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me to come here and take the soul of Idris. But Idris is on earth, so who's that with you? And that's the story of how Idris alayhi salam died in the fourth heaven. Fun fact, if you go through the Isra al-Mi'raj, notice where Idris alayhi salam meets the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And astronauts think they were the first people to die in space. You're 1,000 years too late, buddy.